Alright, the topic for this video is the pre-tribulation rapture. And I want to make sure to get this point across that the pre-tribulation rapture is 100% correct. 100% correct. There's no other way it can be interpreted using the King James Version Bible. If we are Christians going to be resurrected and raptured post-tribulation, meaning he calls us up into the air, we go up there, then we come right back down with him and help him set up his kingdom, then who are the people in John chapter 14 verses 1 and 3 where we see Christ collecting his church, his bride, to himself and taking them to the Father's house? Who are they? They're definitely not those people that are going to go up into the air and then escort Jesus back to the ground. It's another group entirely. It's something different. That means it's the rapture. Who are the people that are going to be rescued, escape the time of testing, however the 7-year tribulation is termed, because there are many terms for it? How are they going to escape something to be taken to the Father's house when the post-trib says no, they're going to go through it? Well, you get on your own blue letter Bible and look it up for yourself, the Koine Greek. The people are going to be rescued out of it. Ek, E-K. Out of it. If they were going to go through it, then it would say dia, D-I-A, for through. It clearly says the church is going to be rescued out of this time frame, this time of testing for the whole world. The only way you can be removed from that, from the whole world, is to be removed. That's the same group, and it's in John chapter 14, verses 1 through 3, is going to the Father's house. This is talking about a completely separate event than from the resurrection rapture. And people keep saying, okay, the elect are gathered by his angels. Well, no. The elect is not a term for salvation. It's a term of election. He has elected the Hebrews to be his people. That doesn't mean saved. Now, they're going to flee when they see the Antichrist enter the temple and perform the abomination of desolation, or desolation of abomination, whatever. They're going to flee. The house of Israel is going to be saved. The elect will be saved. We're not them. We're the church. We're going to be taken by Jesus, gathered to himself, not angels, to the Father's house in heaven. We are going to escape that time of testing, that time of trouble. When you look at Revelation chapter 5 verses 9 and 10, you see the church in heaven with their robes having been redeemed. You redeemed us from the world. The church is there with their rewards. Prior to Revelation chapter 6 verses 1 and 2. Cat wants me to better. Which is the release of the Antichrist to conquer. And as I've already explained, he's going to have a world of chaos for him to come into, with all the answers that his group of followers have set up for him to have the answers for. They cause the chaos, he comes with the answers to stop the chaos. He used his tools, and then he's going to kill them. So how can I look at that any other way? John 14, chapter 14, verses 1 to 3, the church is removed, taken to heaven to the Father's house. Revelation chapter 10, the church escapes and is taken to heaven. Revelation chapter 9, verses 9 and 10, or chapter 5, verses 9 and 10. We see the church in heaven with its rewards, saying we are redeemed. Well, when you look, I believe it's chapter 21 of Luke, verse 36, when it says, when you see all these things come to pass, meaning that the lead up to the tribulation, the beginning of it, look up, your redemption draws nigh. Well, I'm a saved believer right now. Spiritually, I am redeemed. Christ is my justifier. He has saved me. Physically, I don't have the redemption yet. That's part of the promise of salvation. You believe upon me, you're saved, I'll remove your body and change it to incorruptible. I'm not that yet. I still have all the same urges and sins and the desires to sin. Lord, I want to get rid of them. And I pray for that day. So I'm going to receive my redemption. Well, that's the redeemed in heaven, chapter 5, Revelation, verses 9 and 10. It is positively clear that people are trying to read these different groups and say they're the church, like saying, we can't be resurrection raptured. You're the elect that have to be taken after the tares. I'm not a Hebrew. I'm not the elected Hebrew. I am a saved Christian. The resurrection rapture is pre-tribulation. That's a 7-year time frame, and we are taken out from it. What kind of bridegroom grabs his bride by her hair and drags her through mud puddles, beatings, rapings, murders, and says, we're married? That's idiotic. That's not saying you love Jesus. That's not saying you love your bridegroom. It's coming, people. We're there. We see the signs. We're looking up for our redemption. Pre-tribulation rapture, nothing else. All right. Be ready.